Claridge's Hotel, in the heart of London's Mayfair, provides a 5-star service for the rich, where nothing is too much trouble.
When you clean the chairs with your damp cloth, can you make sure you do the legs? Look, you nag. Do a lot of nagging. I'm sorry, we have to do it.
For the first time, the hotel has allowed cameras inside, and we've spent a year filming upstairs and downstairs, following the staff and the guests they serve. Some wealthy enough to treat the hotel as a second home.
Just in case weather's bad in London, he'll use one of those hats, but we have to wait for him to decide which one, but they will all stay in boxes.
And what's it like saying yes to people all the time?
Horrible. No, it's fun. You've got to keep saying yes. That's positive, yes.
It's the summer of 2012, and the hotel is facing a worldwide invasion.
There's a little bit of uncertainty, which we don't like in this business.
Dignitaries and heads of state are checking in for the Olympics, and Thomas Cox, the general manager, is planning a revolutionary Nordic dining experience costing £195 a head. The menu is going to cause quite a stir.
There's lots of charcoal in there and lots of hay or grass.
With a few live ants.
How do you eat an ant because it's live when it goes on your tongue?
You just chew and, God, yeah, let's not put that in.
But we can take them off and then...
The hotel has over 36,000 guests a year, and some stay so often they have their clothes and furniture stored between visits.
I think we should take this first. Yeah. And I'll follow behind with the clothes rail, Joel. Yeah, sure.
One such guest is Cuban-born multimillionaire Pepe Van Hool. He's been staying at the hotel for over 62 years, since he was a small boy.
How many suits have you got there, Stephen?
Most of them are the shooting attire that he's taken with him before, and then sometimes he'll leave things behind. So you've got mainly jackets, trousers, and then there's the clothes that he left behind, which we had to get ready for him to be pressed and cleaned, and now go back in his room.
4 blankets, 2 sheets, and 2 eiderdowns. 4 feather pillows and 2 foam pillows.
Is this unusual to have 4 blankets and 2 eiderdowns?
No, it's what a guest has asked for, so nothing's unusual. So we take photos. You know, when he comes back, everything is set up exactly how he wants it to be. It's home from home, so it has to be correct.
You have an incredibly smart uniform.
Everyone says I look like a snooker player.
And why does a house porter look so smart?
Because we're seen by everyone and we're everywhere. And it makes you feel nice if you dress smartly as well. You don't want to be wearing a T-shirt or something, so it's a bit nicer to wear a shirt and a waistcoat and a bow tie.
Mr. Van Hool has notched up over 300 nights in the hotel in the last 10 years. He likes to stay in a Linley suite, which can cost up to £3,500 a night.
He's an incredibly loyal guest to the hotel, has been coming to us for many, many years, knows many of our staff members extremely well.
He bought us an ice cream machine for our staff cafeteria, which was very kind of him. It's gone down extremely well within the hotel. So during winter and summer we have permanent supply of ice cream. Thank you to Mr. Van Hall.
He's a very elegant gentleman, very tall, distinguished, fair hair. He's wonderful. He's coming to the hotel longer than I am, and he usually is the same suite all the time when he comes.
When did he last stay?
He was here last week for one night, and then he's left, gone back to Scotland, and he'll be back again.
For how long?
For one night.
It's as much work for one night as it is for
Yes.
a week. Yeah.
It's the same whether he'd be here for one night, 2 nights, a week, or 3 weeks. Everything has to be prepped, and it will always be prepped exactly the same.
Van Hul, welcome. Welcome back.
Very much. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
How are you?
Mr. Van Hul, Michael.
How are you?
Hi there.
Thank you very much.
Nice to welcome you back.
Thank you. How are you? Everything well?
Mr. Van Hall is a sugar magnate whose family owns companies around the world, including Tate & Lyle.
Have a lovely stay. Thank you very much.
Much rather come to Claridges than have the headache of running another place and everything else. And while Claridges continues to be good and the service continues to be like home, I'd rather stay at Claridges. They do everything for me instead of having to worry about staff and everything else. And the staff here are like family.
Welcome back, sir. Nice to see you.
Everything. I'm very well. Thank you.
We'll have a lovely stay.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
see you a little bit later.
We'll see you in
Okay.
a few minutes. Thank
Fabulous.
you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Van Hul.
Thank you. Have a good trip,
sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what do you like about this room when you look around?
I know where everything is. That's half the battle.
He's very organised, and he likes to know where everything is kept.
I think that you may find hotels that are grander, like the Ritz in Paris maybe, or the Ritz in Madrid, who has a wonderful outside area to have lunch, which is beautiful. But I think what Claridges is the people that come here always, they treat them as family. Whether it's the hall porter, whether it's the manager, whether it's the elevator man, and they all know you by name. You know them by name.
For excellence, we strive. Like the butler department.
And while people go and come at upper levels, let's say, the people that work at the hotel every day, they pretty much all stay the same.
We had it repaired recently because one of the wheels fell off. I think it was overloaded, and we actually got this for him to save us storing things in boxes. So this was from the hotel to Mr. Van Hall from Claridges.
So we normally go out for dinner, but if not, if we're tired and we want to have dinner here, and they bring a table and you have dinner up here, and I love that. I have a TV night watching TV in my pajamas, which is very nice.
Mr. Van Hall might be here for a quiet night in, but with the Olympics opening in 3 days' time, the hotel is preparing for an influx of world leaders and their extensive entourages.
Variety of different things that we're putting in for all the staff members. So we've got drinking bottles, energy drink, we've got a sort of fun book all about the Olympics and the spirit of the Olympics, we've got a travel card holder, we've got lots of transport information so people know how to get around London.
Have you got lots of people arriving today?
Yes, there's a few VIPs who's arrived today.
Do you know which countries they're from?
Different countries. Thank you very much.
They need doing every 15, 20 minutes. Even when I do them this morning, there'll be someone coming in as soon as you do it, and they'll just touch the glass where you've just done it. So yeah, they do need cleaned quite regularly, really.
And do you ever feel, oi, that was clean till you put
Every
your
morning. I said, I've just done that.
August is usually a quiet time of the year, but with 30 nations in the hotel, the Olympics is seriously big business. The senior management team is inspecting every room to ensure that not even a cushion is out of place.
Nigeria, Angola, Argentina, Armenia, Bulgaria, Brazil, Canada, China, Gabon, Hong Kong, Italy, Indonesia, Jamaica. Kazakhstan, Korea, Kyrgyzstan, Malawi, Malaysia, Mexico, Moldova, Morocco, Netherlands, New Zealand, Oman, Qatar, Rwanda, Spain, Thailand, and Tunisia. Yeah, it's 30 countries, so... You know, I think there's been a few moments where we thought, wow, we're taking on probably quite a lot here.
It's 6:40 a.m. and the husband of the president of Malawi is due at any moment. But there's a problem. A luxury car suddenly stalls outside the entrance.
Okay, trying to get the driver out. Is the driver there?
Despite their best efforts, the hotel staff can't restart it, and the diplomatic car arrives somewhat awkwardly.
Your Excellency, welcome to Claridges.
First Gentleman Richard Banda has booked into the hotel as part of the Olympic delegation. "7:30, and it's the turn of the President of Gabon.
It's a highly unusual week. It's a very exciting week.
Will you have 5 or 6 kings or queens in the lobby, though?
You potentially could have a number of heads of state waiting at one time, but it's very swiftly done, and they have their own personal security too. We don't want to leave anything to chance.
But does that mean you can't be spontaneous in Claridges?
No, I mean, yeah, spontaneity is lovely, but it all needs to be thought out. You know, there's ramifications for everything that you do, good and bad. So, you know, you just need to be really well prepared.
542, fried egg sunny side up, white toast, coffee, and 2 croissants.
Okay, thank you. We have one at 7:15, 2 at 8 o'clock, 1 at 11, 1 at 10:15, and we have one already at 4:07. They're just the pre-orders. We have 30 rooms, so most of our guests will have breakfast, so we're 35 pieces this morning. And we're all creatures of habit. Usually people have the same breakfast. It is English breakfast today, English breakfast tomorrow. They don't vary very much. The Japanese breakfast is wonderful. Have you seen it? It's very, very colourful. Salmon, pickles, poached eggs, miso soup. It's all very, very nice.
This is a separate order for the omelette, but we also have an order of chicken burger and French fry for breakfast.
Does that happen often?
Every now and then, but yes, we do anything, anytime for our guests. Yes.
As if the kitchen didn't have enough to do with breakfast for the Olympic delegations,
Friday's delivery.
there's a new ingredient to contend with.
A parcel was brought down to me on Friday morning, sort of long brown parcel which I opened, and then there was another sort of foil container inside it, a little bit like a sort of Chinese takeaway box, and then all these ants started to fall out of it. And this
single ant is the first in a series of bizarre foods, quite unlike anything kitchen staff have seen before.
This poor little guy was the only one that was left. So he made it, so he's rather special actually. This is Orlando. Only because I think that in Bug's life there was an ant called Orlando, so I suddenly decided that he would be called Orlando. He's very shy actually.
So how many ants were sent to you?
200.
Ants are at the heart of a radical idea to transform the empty ballroom into a pop-up restaurant. It will cost £195 a head, plus wine.
Claridges being such a meaningful hotel in the city, we thought about how can we contribute to making London even more fascinating and even more exciting to all these people who come and visit our city.
Thomas has set his sights on luring a Copenhagen-based restaurant to the hotel. Voted #1 in the world for 3 years running, Noma is famed for its Nordic cuisine and avant-garde ingredients. A far cry from the usual Claridges fare.
So you sit down, I think they put up an empty plate in front of you, and then they move the flower arrangement and go, there you go, there's your first course. So this whole discovery of the experience is what they're very much about.
I think we should absolutely not call it a pop-up restaurant. So it's not exactly. It's a dining experience. We can maybe, do we want to add to that? Is it a gastronomic dining experience, or is it just a dining experience? But what can people expect to eat?
Yes.
Whatever's on the menu, the ingredients are wild, weather-dependent, and often foraged on the day.
The most basic level. Is this going to be Norwegian food? I think from our conversations, probably not. We need to have some kind of guidance, I think.
I'm not convinced we have to tell people what they're actually going to be eating.
I'm just confused because it's just, if you read everything all the time, look, this is what they're seeing.
So if this is not,
this
the
is
case,
the visual. Every picture of him is scavenging in the Norwegian fields or in Denmark's waters. So how does that translate to Mayfair?
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Matt Orlando, head chef at Noma, has just arrived. He's here to find out whether the Claridge's kitchen can cope with the new menu.
Are you right? See you.
So you're just doing one portion?
Yeah, of this measure up.
Yeah. Do you want a smaller cup, like a demi-tasse?
No, I think this is good because we need to be able to pile, it's like 21 grams of raspberries.
Ah, right.
Kind of not really crushed, but kind of torn a little bit.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of juniper oil. And then the herbs is kind of over the top.
Yeah.
This dish, something to play on tea and scones. It's a raspberries with tea, and then served with scone on the side with caviar and clotted cream. It's that kind of exploration of finding flavors that you associate with somewhere else, but it actually they've been in your backyard this whole time. For me, that's the most exciting part about the ants and kind of making people realize that these flavors are all around us. You just need to actually step out of the realm of a vegetable or a fruit or an herb and actually look into something else like ants. I'm bringing 9 kilos of sole with us.
Okay.
That red, red seaweed.
Sole as in fish, or?
No, sole, the red seaweed from Iceland, sole.
Right.
To make the stalks, to make powders and stuff like that.
Okay.
And how prepared are you at this stage?
Not as prepared as we probably feel that we should be. We have 2 things that are really outstanding in the menu, or outstanding questions that we don't really know very much about, purely because of the change of ingredients. Originally we had the chestnut dish and we can't get the chestnuts, so now that's become an oyster dish. And although we know a little bit about the dish itself, we don't know exactly what they want, exactly what's going to go in it. And about 3 weeks ago Matt said, well, we need I think it was 12 kilos of raspberries and 15 litres of vinegar. Put it in a bucket and I'll tell you what you need.
It's not just the food that's the challenge, it's the Noma style. Minimal, monochrome and Nordic.
60 centimeters.
It won't sit easily in the Art Deco ballroom.
This is how we'd be sitting, so if there's a 4, it's not going to be divided like that.
It's almost a very, very positive obsession with getting it perfectly right, and by really almost over-focusing on a detail right now. The secret in hotels and in gastronomy is in the preparation. If you are prepared and if you have anticipated what could happen, the outcome is normally a very, very positive one.
Really, I mean, you've got longer legs than me, so it's kind of...
It's not what we do every day. It's very, very new for us. And
I'm fine on that one, but...
But you see, the question is, are you fine for 10 minutes or are you fine for 3 hours?
Even at just under £200 a head, plus wine, the restaurant needs to seat 176 people to make a decent profit. But Thomas is worried about compromising elbow room.
Can we afford to add 5 centimeters to the table width? There isn't that sense of space and generosity and luxury.
That's the end of your next table.
That's my next table.
Which is fine.
Which is fine.
Where? Where?
Where my finger is. There's the centre line, Thomas.
I know, but just like how it would look, really.
You're not that close, are you?
No, but Eugene, honestly, make the banquettes a little bit bigger. Because it's different if you sit on the same banquette with someone who you don't know, or you have 2 chairs next to each other. This is sharing a piece of furniture, so you need a little bit more privacy, I think.
Because there is that fine line between having 110 covers and having that privacy, and having enough covers to make it work. And
I'm being convinced now.
Yes.
No, but
no, well, the reality is...
No, the reality is...
The brief was 170.
Correct, and that's perfect. And we have
You're kind of creating a piece of theatre, aren't you?
We are. It's a 10-day show, really. And I think that's really important, you know, like everything we can do to make these 10 days even more special, we will. And it's a set for 10 days. And I think that adds to the uniqueness, because you either experience it during those 10 days, but it will be over after that. There is no extra day, we won't do it again next year. It's for the Olympics, 10 days, that's it.
It's a week before the opening, and the brains behind Noma, René Redzepi, is in the kitchen micromanaging the staff's every move.
What was it like when Claridges first approached you?
First, initial thought was no, because because it's 10 days, and how on earth are we gonna leave our restaurant for 10 days?
I was very skeptical at first about it, just because it's something we've never done. For me, we're in our safe zone, up in Denmark, 35 for lunch, 45 for dinner. It's safe.
This is the first time René has adapted his food philosophy to British ingredients, and in such huge quantities.
This makes potato peeling seem like a luxury. It does, no? Yeah. So in here, you see all this soil. Obviously, we don't want to serve that.
190 celeriacs from Lincolnshire will take 10 chefs 3 hours to clean each day.
It took us years, really, to consider this, the lead guitarist of a dish.
35,000 sorrel leaves have been hand-picked in Surrey.
That's the wood sorrel. But again, the yield, we only get 40% yield out of this.
And 2,000 necks of lamb have arrived from the Romney marshes.
Good morning, Claridges. How may I help you?
Good morning, Claridges. How may I help you?
Normally we get between 10,500 to 12,000 calls coming into the hotel per month. The day that Noma reservations opened, we had 4,258 calls that day.
Good afternoon, Claridges. How may I
They're
help you?
very excited about eating René Redzepi's cuisine, and I can understand that. It's the world's best restaurant. One moment. Good morning. This is Timothy. Yes, of course. Let me connect you through to the calls were coming in from everywhere. I believe close to 10,000 people who pre-registered. So if you think that each of those people wanted a table of 2, which may have been more, there's 20,000 pre-registrations for 3,400 place settings. So there's going to be some disappointed people, but I don't know. I guess Noma is like our Lady Gaga. It goes very quickly.
Noma has never fed more than 45 people at one sitting.
No, they're here. Yes.
But in a few days' time, they'll need to seat 4 times that number, twice a day.
We haven't tried that many covers before, so it's going to be a challenge. There's no question. I'm not gonna lie and say that, everything is gonna be perfectly and smooth. We don't expect that. We expect it to be very difficult initially. If you open a restaurant, most people, they would say, you know, give us a year. Then we found our voice. Here we have 10 days, so it is a challenge.
It's the day before the Olympics begin. The temperatures are soaring and hotel staff are feeling the heat.
It's very hot, very tacky, but you learn to live and learn and grow with it.
Do you think it's still important to wear the uniform?
Of course. You can't shortchange anything. Never will do. We never will. Even if we sweat and faint outside, we'll still wear it.
I'm dreading when that sun gets round here, Jesus.
Oh, I'm going to be up there. I'm going to be up there.
Who is about to arrive?
Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew, yeah. He comes kind of periodically because he likes the hotel, obviously. It's a nice hotel, so we welcome him, and he's very, very nice.
Is it hats off again?
No, we tip our hat. I tip our hat to him, yeah. He never gives us a chance. He usually just runs straight in. Very quick, seriously.
Right now it almost feels as if we're running 3 different operations. So there's one hotel for all our dignitaries and Olympic guests, then there is one hotel for our normal guests, which is still very busy, and then there is Noma. So it's all happening at the same time.
Not an everyday occurrence, but it happens quite a lot. And it's wonderful. You've just seen the Attorney General of New Zealand, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and there's lots more to come.
It's now gone up to 7 protected, heads of state, presidents, prime ministers. So I got to use the famous line yesterday. Someone called up and said, "We're coming to see the president," and I was, "Which one?" You know, it's an old line which is used in Claridge's history.
I think one of the great things about Claridge is that buzz in the lobby. It's quite musical in a way. However, when more people are added to that dynamic, it just can get a little too much. 50, 60 people in the lobby really changes the ambience of the hotel. We like things to be very much in order as well. The lobby is set up in a certain way because we feel that's the best way the lobby looks. So where that sofa is and those chairs are and the table are, it's very important. Like someone has designed that space. So when it's altered, the lobby begins not to look as good as it could.
So if you go past someone and they've got a Starbucks and a muffin on their lap, does that make you wince a bit?
Slightly, but then it should, because it affects what the lobby looks like. You have the odd person perhaps putting a foot onto a table, which we tend to try and limit, but we understand that business needs to continue and people need to use the lobby. It is the meeting place of the hotel, so we just need to manage that.
It's 2 days before Noma opens, and there are problems raising the bespoke chandelier.
It's supposed to be Copenhagen from the sky. So looking up, you see the light pattern of the city, basically. It's actually about 350 kilos, but then there's the chains and the structure. This is the old 1931 light well for the hotel. So above it is a glass block and concrete ceiling. So the structure had to be drilled right up to the top, so it's another 2 meters above.
Did you ever think it would be this big a job when you started?
In my mind, I know exactly what's involved, but you don't want to think about it at the beginning of a project because it gives you 100 reasons not to do it. Everything that's exceptional involves a lot of work. It's like that in life. Special things need special effort.
This is not something you'd expect to see at Claridges, I don't think. We have this for the hay plates that will be underneath the lamb necks. And it will really, when these start to walk into the room, we're gonna fluff them up right before the lamb necks go on. When they start to walk in the room, it's just gonna fill the room with hay. I don't know, don't quote me, because we haven't decided, but we're contemplating putting like bowls of it, and when the main course starts to be served, maybe light it on fire. So, but we're trying to work around maybe the fire. We have to shut the fire alarms off in all the buildings or something.
2 o'clock, we're going to pretend that it's Saturday at 12 o'clock at 2 o'clock today. Team 1, you guys are going to welcome them as you will for the reception here and then seated for dinner. The other teams are going to be the guests, not the food runners.
With one day to the opening, the staff of 70 waiters are faced with a whole new way of working.
And right next to that we have black ants with lemongrass flavor. Enjoy.
Okay, remember now, it's not like a banquet, okay? When you come, straight down into the position and back. Everything 1 between 2, nice easy reach, yeah? Scones, description. Let's go, Orlando.
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen.
Quick, snappy, yeah? Raspberry tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 sentences.
2 sentences, okay. Raspberry tea with some afternoon tea, with some afternoon tea scones, with a bit of.
They do like we do in Claridges a lot, which is very engaging, and we'll ask you about why you're here, and yeah. But for this, it needs to be quick, snappy.
So what's the line they should say about the ants?
Oh, these are black ants from Denmark. They're alive, you know.
We're kind of losing track of days, not really counting, because of course it's just imminent. The hotel's incredibly busy as well, we're full. We've just picked up a little picnic for 30 people that want to take a picnic out somewhere. They're going to make use of the lovely weather, as well as a couple of meetings upstairs, a cocktail party for 100 this evening.
So does it interest you that, for example, the President of Malawi arrived today, the Prime Minister of Jamaica is arriving at 4 o'clock?
No. I mean...
Prince Andrew came for lunch today.
Who's he?
The Queen's son.
The restaurant is designed and the staff are getting their heads around the service. There's one thing left to do. Someone needs to try the 9-course menu.
We can move it quite quickly now. Can we let pastry know?
How would people eat this, Martin?
Well, you're going to pick it up, but you need a side plate because the soil's going to drop out. It'll be radish, carrot, and or turnip. Everything is between 2.
Okay, and how many ants are in the pot?
4.
So you have to.
So there's 8 ants. So you have to fight and make sure that everyone gets the right, or you just eat them all.
Right. Okay. It's moving.
It's just so I'm a celebrity get me out here.
Try it.
Oh, is that Orlando?
Yeah.
Is Orlando the name
That's
of the
Orlando, yeah. No, you can't. You cannot eat that one.
Oh, yeah?
No, not allowed.
What is this? Oh, and it really holds together.
You drink the tea and then you eat the raspberries. To wash this down, need a glass of water.
It's fun. I'm just thinking, or I'm a little worried about if it's too quick, it's also going to be over very, very quickly, because at Noma it's 26 courses. Here it's what, 6, 9, 7, 9, exactly. The service can feel on it and snappy, and things are happening without. I just think for us, we need to. It has to last at least 2 hours per table.
Yeah, no, I think it will. I think it will.
Absolutely will.
It's a big day today, no? Friday, the 27th of July.
It's Olympic Day!
yeah, so here we are. We've been waiting for it. It feels like a long time.
It's for the New Zealand delegation. Breakfast for 2. 8 o'clock sharp.
Do you agree that the hotel feels incredible and it feels different? Tonight is the opening ceremony, so we have a lot of departures, a lot of coordination. There will be a lot of pressure on the hotel and on London. Wouldn't come from me if there wasn't a little word of caution. Noma opens today. Of course, we have our first training service before tomorrow's big service.
I've never seen so many chefs in the kitchens.
There's 65 chefs just in there today.
You know, continue as we have this week. Be happy, but be humble, you know, keep on focusing, it's not over.
2 guys with a little team are working on, the snacks are cut in half, and then another guy is on the tartare with a team, and then an oyster team, and they're beavering away like ants, you might say, but...
Yes, perfect. Thank you, bye. Lauren, what's the status of the rooms? Okay, can you meet me there?
The hotel is full to bursting, and Deputy Head of Housekeeping is called upstairs for some last-minute adjustments.
I decided to walk. Okay, so what are you two doing?
We're spotting.
Spotting?
VIP checking.
Yeah. Okay, we have an arrival time of 6:30. So what exactly are you going to do?
Just going to wash down, make sure there's no black marks, ceilings, walls, skirting boards, touch up if needed.
Here, look, we've got a little problem here already. It's all cracked.
Oh, you're good, Anne.
I know.
Yes, you're good. Sit around us.
See, sometimes you can just rub them out. And can we do anything with this?
There's a bit in here. We're going to be in here for today now.
Okay, but I think we need to have a time.
We'll be out of here by 2. That's a football.
Okay.
Somebody's kicked a football on the ceiling.
How do you know that mark is a football?
Well, if you look on the ceiling, above your head now,
Okay, listen,
you'll see like a round sort of mark.
So we've got the football on the ceiling and a football on the wall there.
Maybe there's a footballer staying in here, is there?
Sorry?
Maybe there's a footballer staying in here.
Are you just putting in?
First time I've seen a football mark on the ceiling. But I'm sure it'll wash off. It's just a bit late in the day to be finding things like that.
Yesterday, Rene and Martin and Matt weren't happy with the lamb stock, so they had to cook all that stock again. And basically everywhere in the kitchen they were cooking lamb stock. And of course a lot of time pressure, and all the lard, we think, was going into the drains. And because it was so much and unusually, it was very unusual.
Yeah.
And then the whole basement was flooded.
Can we just tidy up the pillows a wee bit and just tidy up the ends? Because they just don't, look, this is not straight. Who's coming into this room?
It's coming from Kazakhstan.
Okay, should we have a quick look in the bathroom?
Yes.
Just make sure everything's in. I wonder if we should put any extra hangers in the wardrobe because they're here for a long time. Don't make any single beds up with blankets. Use the new duvets.
Very good.
Good.
Okay.
Excellent.
The highlight of Noma's menu, the Danish ants, must be really fresh. All attempts to send them in the post and keep them alive have failed. So only one option remains, and today they're being hand-delivered by a Danish ant forager. How many have you collected to bring to London?
16,000. Hand-picked, hand-mouth sucked one by one. So I am a little bit sore right now.
How long did that take you?
A couple of days. You can't suck them when they put out the acid. It's so hard. You cough and it'll be like having your first cigarette ever. Once I want to. It's been hard work. It's been hard work. I'm not used to getting that many. This is really a lot. And some of them live in places which are quite hard to get to. So, yeah.
Tell us what they actually taste of.
I would say that it's in between an orangey taste and a little bit of lemongrass, ginger. It's a very exotic taste. It's a taste that is quite hard to find anywhere else in our part of the world.
So, you just grab one and...
Well, do you just take one?
Just take it. Put it in your mouth. And squeeze it between your front teeth. That's very important.
It can bite you. It's not painful, it's just... it's an experience. Some people like that. Now you should take
delicious.
Now you're
So I ate an ant.
120 of the hotel staff are invited to a final dress rehearsal. They'll sample the 9-course menu, but won't be able to eat the precious ants.
It's nice. It's not horrible. It's very nice. It's just unusual taste. But I mean, I grow vegetables, but I never eat them with the stalk. Maybe I should.
You can just use your fingers. Look.
In total, can I get 7 oysters away? Yes, you can. Yep. So you take 2 oysters. Position 5, you're going to serve them a leek.
Okay, good.
We had a rack of lamb that was served on some sort of hay or grass, and I'm sure that's probably what they grazed on. And it was cooked to perfection. As with all lamb, it had what I really love about lamb dishes: no wool.
Superb. You've got the fishy sea and the samphire with it's delicious. Why don't you come and join us? The wine's good as well.
So I keep on saying, you're doing good, you're doing bad. Come on, pick it up, let's go. And that's what I think service should be like, instead of being too formal.
Timing-wise, on a few tables in the beginning, it didn't start quickly enough. I think it's really something that you want to happen in 2 hours to 2.5 hours. So that was in fact my main concern. And you need to imagine that today 120, tomorrow 170, it's lunch and dinner. Because I think if you ask the team right now if they are tired, they would probably very politely say, no, I'm okay, but what they really mean is like, yes, I'm very tired. And tomorrow, after lunch, we're resetting the restaurant, they have dinner, and then it's the briefing for dinner service, and then we do dinner. And we do that for 10 days.
"30 Olympic delegations leave for the opening ceremony. And the next day, Noma opens to the public for the first time. More people are eating ants than anyone expected, and many of the ants are dying off. 5 days in, they run out.
So I have a case full of ants, which I've just picked up from Copenhagen Airport.
Because what's your job normally?
Deputy HR Director, so it's more of the people, but I have 10,000 little things to look after here now.
You know the entire success of tonight's dinner is in your hands.
Quite conscious that I haven't killed them on the way, so I'm pleased that they're all still alive. Your ants have arrived.
Yes! Yes! You!
They're
all dead.
No, they're alive!
Did you eat one?
Yeah, of course. You got to do it, right? So I can still feel it crawling up the...
It's delicious.
And how many times do you eat live ants? Have you ever eaten a live ant?
The live ant that I had clung to my tongue, actually, for about 5 minutes.
So aggressive.
By the time the restaurant closed, 3,500 foodies, undaunted by the £200 price tag, have dined on 36 kilos of truffles, 10,000 rose petals, and 27,000 ants.
So how was it when Noma finished and the Olympics finished? Was there like a calm?
No, it was I think it was a little bit depressing personally, because I missed it all. No, I didn't miss it all. I mean, what I mean is I missed the buzz and I miss all that. But
Did you like the Olympics?
I loved the Olympics.
Did you watch a lot?
I did. Watched a lot.
And when it all finished?
It was sad.
It was, wasn't it?
What are you going to watch on the television now?
Good morning, Claridges. How may I help you? Of course. Let me connect you with the foyer and reading room. You're welcome.
I've heard you have a very regular caller.
Ah, yes, the captain. And we're not sure what he was the captain of, but he was definitely the captain of calling Claridges. And you'd say, good evening, Claridges, how may I help you? And he'd say, it's the captain, can I speak to the duty manager? And of course, you would put the call through to the duty manager. The duty manager would probably pick up the telephone call and find out it's the captain, and just put the handset down and continue doing his work, because he would just go on and on and on, and then he'd every once in a while go, oh, okay, and so that's how that would work.
With the Olympics over, it's back to the usual array of birthdays, bar mitzvahs and weddings. Weddings are a big part of Claridge's business, and the hotel charges anything from £1,000 for an intimate affair to £150,000 for a lavish celebration.
Weekend is bride time. Now, every weekend we usually have a bride, at least one, if not two or three, staying in the hotel.
All ages?
All ages.
Bill Ney is a high flyer in finance.
How you doing?
How are you? Hello. He's flown his fiancée Laura the 4,000 miles from Atlanta just so that they can have their wedding reception at the hotel. Bill first brought Laura to Claridge's when she was just 21.
I've always been drawn to kind of all things British, Harris tweeds, and all the knit ties and the British bros. I don't know. I like British sensibilities too, right? There's a sense of looking prim and proper, and a sense of occasion. That this is the place to go. This is the epicenter of all that, and the birthplace in a lot of ways of all that.
Nice to see you back again.
My lucky number.
The States has become casual to a fault in a lot of ways in my mind. I mean, you can't go to a restaurant now in the States, and if you're in a suit, which I usually wear sometimes for dinner, you look out of place.
Laura, you're on the 4th floor, and Bill, you're on the 1st floor.
Okay.
So I'll take you in and show you.
I'm just a girl from a small town in the States. Nobody special. When I come to London, it's a whole new life for me. I feel like my life completely changes and I'm a princess.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding? Oh my!
So
Look
pretty.
at that! Oh my god! It's like a bowling alley in the bathroom.
Oh really? You think?
Look at it.
So neat. Oh, I love it. Beautiful.
Now you can have all your bridesmaids in here. You like a sleepover.
Franco will be the wine waiter for the wedding day. He's 70 and has been working at the hotel for the last 29 years.
Yes, I'm very unhappy if I don't work. That's the way. I'm pensioner, but I prefer working. I prefer to do something. I don't like being home to watch television or stay to watch around there like that. My wife, they look after me well.
And how long have you been married?
I've been married for about 36 years, 37 years. But still happy anyway.
Have you met the bride yet?
No, I haven't met the bride yet. This will be the first moment.
You're rather fond of brides, though, aren't you?
I love brides. They're always very quiet and very, very excited on the big day. That's very nice.
Some brides can be very nervous, some can be very difficult, especially if we have to steam their dresses and things. So that's when they get a little bit sort of hyper and, don't do anything with my dress, We did have one celebrity bride that was here, and she had 2 wedding dresses, and she couldn't decide. So there was Stephen the butler and myself, and she said, well, which one do you think I should use? So we said, that one, and she wore it.
And what have the brides and the bridesmaids ordered?
Chicken sandwich, a little salad, and some fruit kebabs. Hello, Lisa. Are these for me?
150 of Bill and Laura's friends and family have flown in from the US to join in the celebrations.
There's a lot of people that will be attending the wedding that have either never been to Europe or have never been here. I want them to feel what I felt that first time, that sense of, wow, I've arrived, I'm at a place that, you know, is very special. And I want to kind of impart that feeling on them.
And has Bill showed you another world?
Definitely. He's always said that his biggest enjoyment is opening my eyes to other things out there, whether it's, you know, eating leeks for the first time or to coming to Claridges and being pampered. There are things that I've tried with him that I probably would have never been able to try elsewhere. Oh! They brought macaroons!
So you never thought about getting married in Atlanta?
Oh God, no.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. We're gonna need it.
While some people get married in Claridges, Bill and Laura have chosen the traditional route and will tie the knot in church.
Bye, Claridges. See you soon.
Claridges isn't just a hotel. And when I say just a hotel, I mean it in a sense of go to reception, get a key, go into your room, sleep, and check out again. Dreams are being fulfilled in this hotel sometimes. And this is where that comes to life, this hotel suddenly, that means so much more than just sleeping.
It's a stage, isn't it? It's a theatre. You know, we're behind the scenes, yet you go into the lobby and it's beautiful, it's glamorous, it's timeless. The wow factor.
And has the wow factor worn off at all?
No, not at all. No, not at all. No. Mm-mm. No.
Right, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. You're looking good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good.
May, congratulations.
Franco has been at the hotel so long, there's no one he hasn't served. What was it like serving the Queen?
It's all right. I'd be happy to serve the Queen. I serve it like Queen, like I serve anyone. For me, no make a difference. Everybody be equal the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. and Mrs. May.
People always wanted to celebrate. People always wanted to get together in a beautiful environment and connect and talk and live and create memories. People these days have everything, and every year you can buy more and more if you have the money to buy it. But what you can't really buy is memories, or are memories and experiences, and that's why they come. I really think people these days, they are curating their lives. They are collecting very select elements in their life, and that's what they want to experience and that's what they want to take away. And that is how they choose their hotels.